Well, even though at first I loved this game and I used to play it for hours with excitement, now I feel like the game is boring and doesn't make me excited anymore. But why is it like that? Are there other people who feel the same? What went wrong with a Snowrunner? First, let's start with the last question. Is there something that went wrong with a Snowrunner? Well, no, if you ask me. A Snowrunner is still the same game as it was before. Nothing went wrong with the game. The same number of people who used to play this game 1 year ago are still playing it. Now, if you ask me, is there something wrong with a Snowrunner? Then I would say yes. I believe there is something wrong with a Snowrunner. There is just something missing from the game. But what is it? Hopefully we can answer that question in this video. Is a Snowrunner boring now? To answer that, first we need to understand why a Snowrunner wasn't boring at first when you played it. Usually all the games are engaging, and that's the reason you keep playing them. For a Snowrunner, getting the cargo in one piece to the destination was the challenge of the game. It was the main problem to solve. Alongside that, we had other challenges that made the players engage more with the game, like not flipping over, not running out of fuel, not getting stuck, and things like that. But after 10 seasons and after many contracts that are the same, the challenge of the game is gone. So there is no problem solving in the game anymore. And once the problem solving of the game is gone, the game would feel more like an activity and less of a game. So because of that, you would lose your excitement for playing the game. Another thing is, there is no grinding in a Snowrunner anymore. At first, maybe you grind a bit for money, but now if you buy the game with the year passes or a couple of the DLCs, you would have some trucks in your garage since the day one, and you can easily sell them for money. So you don't need to grind for money anymore. The other thing is your level. With leveling up, you can unlock more trucks and items in the game. But after 3 regions, surely you are max level. Usually when there is no grinding, there is no reward either. So with grinding being out of the game, people would choose not to play the game again and again. Because why would they? And that's the next problem I have with a Snowrunner. In a Snowrunner, there is basically no such a thing as playing some activity again. Once you complete a task or contract, you cannot play it again. If you wanna play an activity again, you have to start a whole new game, like unlocking trucks again, unlocking watchtowers again, unlocking garages again, and things like that. Why would you start a whole new game just to play some tasks or contracts again? Imagine in American Truck Sim, there was limited deliveries in each state, and once you completed them all, now you have to start the game all over again, buying trucks again, grinding your skills again, and so on. There is nothing fun about that. And as we mentioned, even if we could play contracts again in a Snowrunner, there is no point of doing that. There is no grinding. Now let's talk about the regions in a Snowrunner. In most of the driving games, there is one major map, like American Truck Sim, Euro Truck Sim 2, Forza Horizon 5, Crew 2, and other games like that. But in a Snowrunner, we don't have that. We have regions which are not connected to each other. So in my opinion, that's not good. First, once you complete a region, you probably won't come back there, because replaying is just terrible in a Snowrunner. Now the second thing is, because you're not coming back there, all the hard work for that region, all the time that developers spent for that region, for you is now worthless. After you complete the tasks and contracts in one region, you would go for the next one. After you complete them all, you would play something else till the next update. Now each region can entertain you only for maybe at most 2 weeks. But after that, you're gone. You will maybe come back for the next region and you play it for 2 weeks and you're gone again. You know, in other good driving games, there is always something to do or somewhere to go. In a Snowrunner, we can't really say the same thing. All the mechanics that we have in the game has been designed in a way so you only play a contract once and you look at that contract as a challenge or a problem to solve. So after you have solved that problem, you should be happy that it's gone. But this mechanic is not good in my opinion. Like for example, if we take a look at ETS2, a game that some people might say it has a boring and repetitive gameplay, for so many other people it has a very amazing gameplay. But why is it like that? What's the difference between games like ATS or ETS2 and Snowrunner? Well, in games like American Truck Sim or Euro Truck Sim 2, which are a fully simulator game, we get to have the same experience as a truck driver, but they remove all the negative parts of that experience. We only experience the good parts of that job. Most of the simulator games are like that. They pick an experience or a job or something like that and remove all the negative parts from that experience. And then you have this simulator that there is just nothing wrong with it. Now it comes down on how much you love that experience. For example, if you're not a truck driver or you're not very interested in driving games, you can still enjoy American Truck Sim, but for 10 to 20 hours. If you like driving games, you can enjoy playing American Truck Sim up to 50 or 60 hours. If you like trucks, you can enjoy it for 200 hours. It really comes down on how much you love that experience. So back to the question, what's the difference between games like American Truck Sim and a Snowrunner? As we said, in ATS or ETS2, we have this perfect experience with all the good things of being a truck driver. And the more you love that experience, the more you're gonna play that game. But a Snowrunner is more like a challenging game. It's more like a game that wants you to look at activities in the game as a problem to solve. And we have already talked about how the challenge of a Snowrunner doesn't make you excited anymore. Maybe if the progression system of a Snowrunner was like a mix of games like Crew 2 or American Truck Sim, would have been a better idea. But of course I cannot say for 100% it's gonna work and it's gonna be perfect. It requires testing and things like that. And what is your experience from playing a Snowrunner? We all have different experiences, so I cannot talk for everyone. And that's it for today's video. I see you in the next one.